Hey, a quick check-in with Amadeus of Gaul. We just read chapter 5. Um, so Amadeus gets the ladies, or Oriana, his lady love, the one that he has immediately fallen in love with as a child, but now they're grown up, and he wants to be knighted, and his kind of adopted kind of patron, the king won't do it, but they get King Perion to do it. I don't know if there's a thing of also like, well, I know you, so somebody else has to do the actual knighting, another king. So it gets King Perion to do it, and it gets to do it by getting the maidens to ask him for it, and indeed they get her, King Perion's daughter, to ask, who's a cousin of Oriana, to ask, and then he says like, well, I don't know you, but the maidens have things, so I knight you. And in this one, that comes in handy because he's riding along. He encounters two mysterious ladies. The one most mysterious is Urganda the Unknown, who gives him a lance and makes some cryptic prophecy, and a lady who also comes along with him says like, I'm supposed to be with you for 3 days until you've kind of done this thing of delivering your friend from the greatest danger. um, and they're riding by a castle, and a bunch of hooligans come out, grab the lady, and he disarms them and stuff like that. Well, he cleaves a couple, and breaks them away. And she's like, "You need to take your lance. You need to take your weapon." And it's like, I was like, "Yeah, you need to take your weapon." So he does. They enter the thing where they find King Perion, the guy who knighted him, sorely beset on all sides by all the people of this castle. And so half of them hove off and go after uh, Amadeus, who at this point is not Amadeus. He is still child of the sea. I wonder when that transfer is going to happen. It didn't happen with his knighting. He's still child of the sea. And they he dispatches them. He kills the two knights, and there's a halberders, which I assume are just kind of warrior types at this castle. Pursues a couple of them into a room where there's an aged knight lying on bed, who's like, basically he loves the King of Ireland, who is doing battle against King Perion. Uh, they all have these interesting names which don't sound Irish or Scottish to me at all. And it's like, well, why are you doing this? It's like, well, I love him. I think the old man says he's like my cousin or something. And so I'm trying to recruit as many people as possible. And it's like, this is foul custom. Knocks down the bed, stomps off. King Perion gets King Perion a horse, gets him on his way. And he's like, King Perion's going back to his kingdom, but Amadeus and his friend Gandolin are just going to go off where fortune takes them for adventure. And the lady and the squire that they picked up along the way also go off back to Oriana, this turns out that this lady is one of Oriana's maidens and ladies in waiting or something like that. But they're going off to the castle of Galpano, where Galpano apparently is a valiant knight. Though he's working for the enemy, which I'm assuming is the Irish king who's making war on them. But he has this thing of any women who come past have to have to come into the castle, and he takes them against their will, and if they don't submit, he cuts off their heads, and then he takes them against their will, and they have to swear that they won't have any other lovers. And if any knights go by, they have to fight his brethren. He's got two brothers, and if they survive that, they fight him, and they have to be, either they're conquered, or they have to be that, and then they're conquered by Galpano, or they die as well. So this is where we end off. These chapters seem to be like quickly rushing one into the other. It's like almost like there's almost like arbitrary divisions here of these chapters, but that's what we have so far. All right, I will leave it there. It's good for me to talk it out, just to get a little bit more fixed in my mind as I'm reading it out loud, which does get it into my head. And I'm glad I'm doing it this way, because this is definitely ye olde Southern Robert Southey's translation in 1872 is definitely ye olde translation. They're using ye and stuff like that. I don't know what they would be using if they would be using archaic language or oldie sounding language in the original. Who knows? I probably won't find out. I was looking for another translation. Like, is there a more modern translation of this? At least on Kindle, there isn't. I should take a look if, like, online, in the world there is a published version, like, on a secondhand site. I should take a look and see if I can find that. But for the moment, no. All right, more videos later.